Conference USA has a new look, new teams, same exciting football you've been accustomed to. So what's to come with this new look league? Here on the Donnie Sport Football Show, we're about to find out as we interview the players and coaches that make this Conference USA rock. Conference USA Spotlight right now on the Donnie Sport Football Show.
Like anything, I mean, you've got to, I think anybody would say you try like heck to avoid injuries. That's probably the number one thing. I think the biggest thing for our guys is how do we find ways to do it better than they do? And that's the whole thing. Great attitude, energy, body language, put a smile on your face, come to work, enjoy playing for each other, coaches, the school. There's a number of ways to win games. The fast way to lose them is to not play with energy, enthusiasm, body language for each other. Don't enjoy coming to the building, don't enjoy the process of it. Don't feel like that we're doing everything in our power for our players to make them better. When we first took the job, that's what I said. I said, I want them to feel, I said, because as people are people, but do they feel like we're doing everything in our power for them? It doesn't matter what part of their life to make it better for them and have them be better as people and as players. And if we do that, we have a chance. Because it's recruit, develop, and coach better. The third part's coach better. You got to recruit the right guys, then you got to develop them. And part of that's in the weight room, academics, socially, and have them buy into you, and then you have a chance. Because if they don't, the X's and O's don't matter. It doesn't matter what you do, because they're not listening to you. They've had it. And some of that happens. So that's been what we've been trying to do. And we'll find out. I don't fear the season. I'm excited about the season because you find out where you're at, I don't fear what our record will end up being. I really don't worry about it. Whatever it'll be, we'll know where we're at. You are what you are. Last year at Oklahoma State, we were 7-5. I thought we were better than that, but our record didn't say that. We ended up winning the bowl game. I wasn't there for it, but you are what your record says you are. People don't like to be called 0-12. Tough beans. You're 0-12. That's what you deserve. You got what you deserve.
Coach, a little bit about Allen. What does he bring to the table in the short time he's playing?
Well, I said this before. When you first get there, he's a guy that leads by example. Doesn't really do a lot of talking outside himself. I think he thinks about things before he says it. And a guy that when I first got there, wasn't afraid to speak his mind, but not think about it before he had a chance to come to the coaches. He's a prideful guy, smart guy, that's probably now seen it all, and is a great resource for our staff. It's interesting. He's the guy, when I was trying to hire a defensive coordinator, I had one of the GAs in there, and I was thinking about Dave Duggan. And he got Allen on the phone, and I asked Allen about him. I said, tell me about Dave Duggan. What was he like? How was he with the players? How was he schematically? Did the players have respect for him? And he unequivocally said yes. And so Allen was a part of hiring Dave Duggan.
I know this answer already before I ask it. How important is the Texas State game time going into what y'all have after that?
So you only get one chance for a first impression. You got a new turf, you have a new scoreboard, new coaching staff. Fans are going to see, what we're about that first game after a tough year. And as I always say, it's I really mean this. The most fun you have in coaching or playing is singing the fight song after a win. And that feeling of doing it together. And when you don't feel that, man, that's hard. I mean, that's all the work you put in year-round for 12 opportunities. You never get to feel the joy of winning. That's easy to quit. Just ask 12 girls out in a row and they turn you down. See if you'll ask 13. It gets harder. It just does. No one likes to be rejected. No one likes to be told they're not doing anything worth the darn. And so at the end of the day, that's true. It's hard to keep fighting when you keep getting rejected. And so it's ultra critical for our guys. For them, not for me. I've coached a long time. I'm going to have plenty of wins and plenty of losses still on the docket, but for our players, to get that taste out of their mouth and our fans, and also because we don't come back for a month. So, pretty important to show the product of what we believe in. We got to treat it like a bowl game, and you can bet it's important to us. But it won't define us. that one game won't define us. We're not going to make it to that. I mean, win or lose, it won't define us. Because one win or one loss won't make the difference.
Going in August 1st for quarterback.
You can't even do it. But ultimately, that's what we're paid to do, is figure that out and figure out what gives us the best chance to win. So that's, whether it's Co Weeks or Ricky Lloyd or Kyle Sloter or Alan, Bridgeford, it'll be someone our players believe in and think that gives us the best chance to win. We'll go from there.
Coach, can you talk about Coach Smith and just the value of having him? The players have talked about what a difference he's made for them this summer.
Well, I think, when I took the job, I asked the players, I said, tell me about some of the things that you think, didn't go on last year that you feel like were a big reason why you had success in the past. They talked about Coach Jackson, who was in the weight room and motivated them and got after them a little bit, and how they didn't feel as challenged last year. So it was a huge priority for me to find somebody that, because half of the part in the weight room is getting stronger and your conditioning, half of it's just the discipline and fighting through things, just like we would as coaches be on it, and doing it in the summer, and doing it together, and if you're not doing it, getting dog cussed, and just that fighting through that, half that's that discipline part, because not everybody on your team wants to lift and run. I sure as hell don't.